Good morning, dear students. Warm welcome to our 21st online e-commerce class. Today's our topic is 4th and 5th online payment system. What are the 4th and 5th online payment system? That is the credit card and the debit card. So first of all, what is meant by a credit card? It is a small plastic card with a unique number attached with an account and a magnetic strip embedded in it to read the credit card via card readers. That is about a credit card. Then what is meant by a debit card? Similarly, we discussed about the credit card. It is a prepaid or ATM card or a payment card that deducts money directly from the account of the consumers or the customers' bank account to pay for a purchase. That is about a clear definition of a debit card. In today's class, we will go through in detail about the debit card and the credit card. Also, we must study the merits and demerits of debit card and the credit card. So, let us start from the credit card details, that is about what is the meaning of the credit card, what are the procedures to be followed for while using the credit card, and the merits and the demerits of the credit card. So, these are to be discussed in today's class in detail. First of all, I already told what is the definition or what is the meaning of a credit card. It is a word widely used equipment or the system, and it is a very much convenient to the customers and the merchants for making the online payment. It is the most popular system of online payment, that is the credit card. So, it is a small plastic card with a unique number attached with an account. That is an important feature of a credit card. It has also a magnetic strip embedded in, and it is used to read the credit card via the card readers. When a customer purchases a product via credit card, what is the process or the procedure? The credit card issuer, most of the cases it is a financial institution like the bank. The bank pays on behalf of a customer the amount to the merchant or the vendor. The customer has to certain time period after which he can pay the credit card bill to the financial institution, that means the issuer. So, the credit card is a financial instrument which can be used more than once to borrow money or buy products and services on credit. That is an important feature. If there is no money in the hands or in the accounts of the bank customer, the financial institution or the issuer of that particular credit card must advance a certain sum of money to the customer for making their purchase. That is an important factor or character or the facility provided by the financial institution to the credit card holders. So, it is a small plastic sheet bearing what are the contents included in this plastic card: the name and number of the account holder, then the validity period, and the name of the bank and name of the branch which issue the credit card, and the card number are embossed on them. So, these are the contents included in the plastic card. What are they? Name and number of the account holder, and the validity period, name of the bank and the branch of that particular bank which issues that credit card, and the number, ID number. These contents are embossed in the plastic card, that means a credit card. This work around the globe regardless of the location and country of the issuing bank. The credit card holders can use this credit card for purchasing or making online payment in anywhere, in any location or anywhere in a country. They also handle multiple currencies and clear the transactions through a series of clearing house. There are two types of credit cards, that is the credit card companies and it is issued by major banks. These are the two types of credit cards. First one, it is issued by the credit card companies, and the second one, that is issued by the major banks. If it is issued by a credit card, they may an easy example for that is the MasterCard or Wirecard, which is issued by the credit card companies. And some certain financial institutions also issue the credit card for the customers, that is the financial sound customers of that particular financial institution. So, these are the two types of credit cards. Then the banks issue credit card. What are the procedures to be followed while using the credit card for the online payment? First of all, the customer make a bank account in that particular financial institution, like any banks, either it is a scheduled bank or it is a nationalized bank. So, banks issue these credit card to their good customers, that is the financially sound customers of that particular bank or that particular financial institution. These credit cards issued to customers on the basis of their income level and the credit history and the total financial soundness of that particular customers. If the customers are sound in their financial position, for that customers only the financial institutions issue the credit cards. Okay. So, by using these cards, customers can purchase goods and service either offline or online to make the immediate payment. Payment to the merchants will be made by the customer's bank in advance. That is an important advantage of using the credit card. The financial institution must give an advance to the customers. After that, they must pay the amount to their bank account. The customers will get a much more time to deposit a certain amount after the payment is made by the financial institution like the banks. After the goods have been purchased, the buyer can make payment through his credit card. The customer is supposed to repay his debts to the financial institution, means any bank, during the payment period. Otherwise, interest will accumulate. If the customer does not pay the debt amount to the financial institution like a bank with a limited time, that is the allowed time of the bank will charge an interest. The interest is to be accumulated. However, credit cards are not suitable for very small and very large payments. That is a drawback. The credit card does not used by the customers for giving a very small amounts and the large payments. So, what is the reason? If it is used for very small payments, the cost not justified. That is the main reason. If it is paid for the large payment, there is some sort of security issues. That is the main drawback. So, in the case of a small payment, very small payment and very large payment, the financial institution does not encourage to use this credit card by the customers. The main reason is for very small amount payment, it is the cost, it is not justified. The charges which is charged by the financial institution is very high. So, it is termed as not justified cost. And in the case of very large payments, the huge amount is transferred by using the online payment, there is a security problem. So, these are the two reasons of advising the financial institution or bank not to use by the customers, while for the very small payments and very huge payments. To accept a credit card for payment, we have to open a merchant account with our bank. That is the role of the merchant bank. If the customer paid the online payment through or by using the online credit card system, the merchant must open a bank account for accepting the same amount or the certain amount which is transferred by the customer to their merchant's bank. So, the merchants must open a bank account. It allows sellers to accept and process the credit card transactions. That is an important factor. While opening a bank account by the merchant, that merchant's bank account must accept the seller's payment and the transaction made by the customers through using the credit card. In these transactions, the card number and the transaction details are processed with no identification of the buyer. To implement the payments over the internet, the web merchant needs some form of security and encrypted line using the SSL. What is the meaning of SSL? That is Secure Sockets Layer. So, the encrypted line is used to transfer the fund from the buyer to the seller. That is a standard on Netscape and Microsoft browsers. That is the application or the techniques used by the merchant's bank for collecting the fund from the customer's account to the merchant's account. So, the merchant server needs an encryption key for this purpose. So, these are the procedures to be followed by the customer and the merchant. First of all, the merchant and the customer must open a bank account. While opening a bank account by the customer, the financial institution or the bank must issue or may issue, depending upon the financial history and the financial soundness of the customer. If the customer is a good financially sound person, the financial institution must issue a credit card. What is the benefit of the credit card? The bank will advance a certain sum of money to the customer. After making the payment, the customer will repay the certain debt to the customer's bank. If there is any delay or any default made by the customer to repay the certain advanced money to the financial institution or the bank must charge a accumulated interest from the customer. Likewise, the merchant also open a bank account. The bank account must accept the credit card payments from the customers. They must adopt the important techniques to collect the payments from the customers. For this, they will make an app which is secure and have an encrypted line like SSL, that is the Secure Sockets Layer. And the merchant's bank have issued an encryption key for the purpose of making the credit card payments and accepting the fund from the customers. So, these are the procedures involved in the credit card utilization. Next one, we must discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of credit card. First of all, we must go through the points which are what are the benefits or the merits or the advantages of credit card. First of all, the convenience, then fast payment, easy access, more shopping options, consumer protections, credit score, and the last one, record keeping. In detail, while we discussing about the advantages or the benefits or the merits of a smart card. First one, it is very much convenient compared to cash or e-cash or e-check or other online payment. The main advantage of credit card system, that is, it is more convenient and easy to use by the customers for making the online payment. And the second one, that is the fast payment. Within a few seconds, while swipe our credit card or insert the credit card in a chip enabled card reader, we can easily transfer or make payment by using this online payment by using the credit card. That means credit card can be used for making quick payments. That is an important advantage of using the credit card. And the third one, that is easy access. There is no worry about handling the cash for the shopping. Easy access of the online transaction. At any time he can access his bank and make payments easily. For example, if you are stranded late at night in a city or town or any place that is far from your home, or have to pay for the hotel room, instead of having wander in the dark or unfamiliar streets or looking for a cash machine, you can easily use your credit card. Just swipe your card for making payment and to avail a stay home or stay place in a safe and protected or secured place. So that is an important advantage of using this credit card, easy access. And next one, the more shopping options. It makes purchase over the phone with cash. In that situation, plastic cards is the only way to go. Easily portable one, that is the plastic card. A credit card is a necessity for shopping at many online retailers. Now, many online retailers in this time, that is pandemic period, most of the retailers request the customers to use their credit card. So, more shopping options are there in this pandemic period for encouraging the e-market or e-commerce. The next one, the consumer protection. The credit card must give security and protection to the customers as well as the merchants. So, another advantage of credit card over the debit card is the increased consumer protection they provide. That is, it is provided by the financial institution. If someone steals your wallet full of cash, the money is simply gone. We can't trace the money which is stolen by the stealers or the robbers. By contrast, if someone steals your card, that is the credit card or the debit card number, and uses it to make purchase, you are not required to pay for the financial institution, that is the issuer bank, and it can easily traced by the cyber cell of our country. And the robbers can be the merchants or the financial institution or the CBI can easily trace the robbers while using your credit card by these malpractice or the misuse or the fraud persons. That is an important advantages. The customers is similarly the merchants also get protection. The next one, credit score. The financial institution must give credit score to the customers while using their credit card for the online payment. This credit score is an important benefit that is eager lenders to make loans from the financial institution. So, using credit cards regularly and paying the bill on time, user will be able to develop a strong credit score. This credit score is a measure to know the creditworthiness of a user, how much he is financially sound. That is, how likely to pay money back on time. When the financial institution gives a loan, similarly the customer borrow a fund in advance from the financial institution like any bank. The higher is this score, the more eager lenders are to make loans to them at favorable rates. This is an important advantage or the benefit received from any financial institution to the customers. They will get a credit with low rate of interest. And the next one, the record keeping. Sometimes many customers make different types of online payments by using these credit cards. So it will provide a record about the different transactions made by the customers, that is the credit card holders. When a person makes most of his purchase with a credit card, he gets an automatic record of his spending. What are the transactions made by using the credit card? It is to be recorded automatically. That is an important advantage. The bill lists all the purchases he made during the month with their amounts. So he always able to know exactly how he spends his money. So the customer can control or with play in their budgets. So they will make or provide the budget control by the customers or the account holders. So this information can be very useful for creating his personal budget, reducing the overspending habit of the customers. So these are the advantages of the credit card holders while using the credit card for the online payment. What are they? Convenience, faster payment, easy access, more shopping options, consumer protection, credit score, and the last one, record keeping. In the same way, they have many demerits or disadvantages while using the credit card. The coin have two sides. Similarly, the credit card also two phases, that is demerits and the merits. So while discussing the demerits, what are the different demerits which are attacked or faced at the time of using this credit card? Overspending, high interest rate and increased debt, credit card fraud and hidden cost, and high interest rates. So these are the main drawbacks or demerits of credit card. First, we will discuss about the over shopping or overspending. The biggest disadvantage of credit card is that they encourage people to spend money that they don't have, because the financial institution or the issuer of the credit card must ready to advance more amount than the amount in their account. So the habit of overspending is encouraged by the financial institution because they play a role of giving loan to the customers. That is the main function. What is the main function of a bank? Collect the deposit and give to the persons or the customers who want money in advance, that is the borrowings. So indirectly the financial institution play a role to encourage people to acquire loan from that particular institution by giving a credit card. So the credit card holders encourage, because if there is no fund, they can purchase by using the credit card. The amount, it is to be advanced by the financial institution. That is a main drawback of the credit card. Most credit cards do not require paying off balance each month. The financial institution must give a certain limit period to repay the debt amount which is advanced by the issuer banker. While this may seem like free money, at the time you will have to pay it off, and the longer you wait, the more money you will owe, that is due, since credit card companies charge you interest each month on the money you have borrowed. If the credit card holder make any delay in payment, say in the same time the issuer banker will get a high rate of interest also. So, while delaying the customer to repay the debt, the financial institution or the bank or the issuer of the credit card must charge an accumulated high rate of interest from their customers. So, overspending is a main drawback of the credit card. And the second one, high interest rate and increased debt. If the advanced amount is 1000 and if there is any delay in making the repayment, the issuer banker must charge the interest rate in huge amount. So, 1000 plus interest, it is to be paid by the customer while making delay in the repayment. So, the debt is increased in an accumulated way. That is the principal plus interest. It is to be accumulated by the financial institution and it is to be charged from the customer. So, that is also an important drawback or the demerit of the credit card. So, credit card companies charge a huge amount of interest on each balance at the end of each month. This is how they make their money and this is how most people to get into debit trap. This is a trap made by the financial institution and the customer holders will get down into the trap and even leads to a bankruptcy. That is an important drawback of the credit card users. Next one, next drawback or next demerit, that is credit card fraud. Like cash, sometimes credit cards can be stolen. They may be physically stolen or someone may steal credit card and use the credit card to rack up the debts. They will make easily the payments when it is stolen by the robbers or it is hacked by the hackers. With the advance in technology, it is possible to clone a card, that is the number or the ID number or the names and the encrypted data which is enclosed in the plastic card while using the card holders. Clone a card and gain access to confidential information through which another individual or entity can make purchase by using your credit card. That is an important drawback. Unlike the cash, if you realize your credit card or number has been stolen and you report it to your credit card company immediately. After you recognize it is stolen by any person, that is not physically or the card information, it is hijacked by any person. You must inform immediately to the issuer banker. You will not be charged for any purchase that someone else has made. That is also an important advantage. Similarly, it is also a disadvantage. If you must take much more time to inform the issuer banker, that time is enough to the hackers or the robbers to withdraw your money by using the informations which are robbed by the robbers. So, you must give attention to the payments or to get the update information about the withdrawal made by using the credit card. So, the credit card fraud is made by any robbers or it is stolen by physically or any financial information by using the techniques. You must give a much more attention and inform the issuer immediately. If it is informed immediately, then you have no responsibility to repay the fund which is made by the robbers. That is an important one. Next one, the hidden cost. The issuer banker must charge a hidden cost for giving an advance to the customer, that is the account holders, that is credit card holders. The credit cards appear to be simple and straightforward at the outset, but have a number of hidden charges it is to be charged by the issuing bankers. The credit card have a number of taxes and fees such as late payment fees, joining fees, renewal fees and processing fees is to be charged by the issuing banker. It is unknown by the holders. Missing a card payment could result in penalty, and repeated late payments could even result in the reduction of credit limits, which would have a negative impact on the credit score and future credit prospectus. So, these are the advantages of hidden cost about the charges issued or charged by the financial institution like the nationalized and the scheduled banks. And last, an important demerit of the credit card, that is high interest rate, because it is not a simple interest, but the charged by the financial institution is accumulated interest. What is the meaning of accumulation? That is, the principal plus interest, it is to be accumulated by the financial institution. So, the credit card holders must pay high rate of interest for the debt advanced by the financial institution like any bank, it is nationalized or the scheduled bank. If dues are not cleared before the billing date which is permitted by the financial institution, the amount is carried forward and interest is charged on it by the issuing banker. This interest is accrued. Accrued means outstanding over a period of time on purchase that are made after the interest free period. So, these are the drawback or demerits of the by using the credit card. What are they? Overspending, high interest rate, and it will leads to the increased debt, credit card fraud and hidden cost. High interest rate is to be charged by the credit card issuing banker. Next, fifth in online payment system, that is the debit card. The same is in the case of the credit card, but only the difference between credit card and the debit card is the issuing banker does not give an advance to the customer. If the sufficient balance in their account, the customer can utilize or withdraw the particular amount by the customer using the debit card. The issuing banker does not give an advance to the debit card holders, but in the case of credit card holders, the issuing bank must give an advance like a loan to the credit card holders. That is only the difference between a debit card and the credit card. So, at the time of discussing about the credit card, it is an important and popular method of making the online payment by using the debit card. So, what is the meaning of a debit card? It is a prepaid card, also known as an ATM card. The individuals has to open an account with any nationalized or scheduled bank to get a debit card. At the time of opening a bank account in any nationalized or scheduled bank, the banker must issue a debit card. So, it is a payment card that deducts money directly from the consumer's bank account to pay for a purchase. So, the debit cards eliminate the need to carry cash or check to make the purchase. The bank account is needed before getting a debit card from the bank account to open an account with a particular bank. Any bank, either it is a nationalized bank or it is a scheduled bank. So, the banker must issue to their customers the debit card to maintain an account for using the withdrawal and deposit, and to maintain a sufficient balance in their bank account as a credit balance. Each time the customer makes a purchase, an equal amount of the purchase is debited on their account. When using a debit card, consumers are drawing money in their account. That is an important function, withdraw money from their bank account. But in the case of credit card, consumers are essentially borrowing money from their issuer bank. But in the case of debit card payment, amount gets deducted from the card's bank account immediately, and the debit card amount gets deducted from the card's bank account, and sufficient balance in bank account for the transaction to get completed. If there is any lack of fund in your bank account, the transaction cannot be completed. The debit card is a kind of payment card that transfers fund directly from the consumer's or the customer's bank account to the merchant's bank account. That is only the function made by the issuing bank. The amount deducted while giving a payment by the customers while using their debit card for the online payment. So, debit cards have a dual purpose. First one, it allows user to withdraw. Similarly, they will use to make the payments. So, these are the dual purpose of the debit card. First one, that is allow the user to withdraw money from his bank account through an ATMs, that is the teller machines, or through cashback function. Many merchants offer to at the point of sale. While we shopping by using the debit card, the fund is to be paid by the customer to the merchant's account by using this debit card. Similar function like the withdrawing the fund. In addition, they also allow the user to make purchase, that is the second function. ATM cards only allow the user to withdraw money from their ATMs, that is the teller machine. But in the case of credit cards, only allow the purchase unless the credit card holder has a PIN enabled cash advance in feature. Cash advance will incur interest unlike the withdrawing cash from the bank account. But in the case of debit card, the issuing bank does not charge any amount because it is a facility provided by the bank while to encourage the customers to use the debit card. So, the transaction works much like a credit card transaction. For example, customer gives an ATM card to the seller for the purchase. The merchant needs the card through the transaction terminal. The customer enters his personal identification number. While using your debit card in your terminal, you must use your identification number. Then the terminal route the transaction through the ATM networks back to the customer's bank, given authorization or authentication against the consumer's bank account or the deposit account. The funds are approved and transferred from the customer's bank to the merchant's bank or the vendor's bank or the seller's bank. So, these are the procedure made by the debit card issuing. What are the procedures? First of all, the bank account opened by the buyer and the seller. While opening a bank account by any customer, the financial institution like a bank issue a debit card to the customer holder or account holder for using their withdrawal and deposit. So, the debit card which is issued by the financial institution is used to withdraw or making a shop or making an online payment. The debit card which is issued by the issuing bank, it is used for using different terminals or different teller machines for the withdrawal and the purchase. The authorization or authentication is done while you insert your debit card in any terminals, and it will give transmission of your data to the bank. After that, the financial institution withdraw the money and it is transferred to the merchant's bank account. So, these are the procedures to be involved in the or at the time of using the debit card. In the same case, in the debit card also have two phases like the demerits and the merits. So, So, what are the advantages or what are the merits of the debit card? That is, the debit card have the advantages of easy to obtain and convenient, quick purchase, comfortable, safety, control on spending and readily accepted. So, these are the advantages of using the debit card. We will go through the advantages. First one, easy to obtain. Most institutions like the scheduled bank and the nationalized bank issue to their customers or the account holders the debit card. So, the customers can easily obtain a debit card and request to open, the financial institution request the customers or the public to open a bank account. After getting open a bank account, all the customers or the account holders get the debit card. So, all the public will easily to obtain a debit card, and it is convenient to handle, and it is convenient to transfer. A chip enabled, it is while inserting the debit card in any terminal or swiping a card, they will make a transaction, that is issuing out a bank like a bank check. So, that is an important convenience to the account holder using the debit card. Next one, quick purchase. The customers or the account holder can easily shop by using your debit card. Debit cards are much more than the checks or credit cards, because using a debit card is much faster than writing a check or paying your changed currency like the paper notes or the coins. Next one, it is a comfortable zone using the debit card. More costly items or things can be easily bought by the customer holder or the account holder than by writing a check or counting the cash. People can be relaxed while using their debit card for purchasing in the retail or the wholesale shop, by the face-to-face purchasing or for the online purchasing. Need not take care of the insufficient cash in their pockets. It is replaced by using their only the small plastic card. It is to be can be easily portable one, and there the account holders get a safety corner by using the debit card. They can easily carry the plastic card. They have difficulty to carry the cash or checkbook while going for the shopping. Keeping the debit cards are safer than keeping the large amount of cash or the checkbook. Next one, control on shopping or spending. The overspending habit of the customers is to be reduced or restricted by using the debit card system. Debit card won't allow to spend more than the amount of money in the bank account. The number of transaction is to be made by the debit card is to be restricted by the financial institution, the issuer. This is very helpful to avoid accumulating the debt. Next advantage, that is readily accepted. Debit card is widely accepted by different malls and the retailers or the restaurants or any other small and big shopping centers. So, debit cards are easily accessible all over the world. People can simply swipe during the purchase instead of changing the currency or the coins of each country. So, these are the advantages or the merits. What are they? Easy to obtain, convenience to handle, make or provide quick purchase, comfortable and safe, and control on spending, and it is readily accepted by the different retailers and the wholesalers. Then it is also attacked by demerits. What are the demerits? No grace period, limited money access, less safety and extra fees. So, these are the drawbacks or demerits of the debit cards. What are they? In detail, we will go through the demerits. No grace period is allowed by the financial institution to the account holders. They does not give an advance or loan or borrowed fund from the financial institution. If there is sufficient fund in your bank account, you can utilize or withdraw by using your debit card. That is the main drawback. Funds are directly from the bank account, and the credit card allows the advance or borrowed from their bank account. It is not get by the debit account holders. Next demerit, that is limited money access. Debit cards may take money from the savings bank account. If you have a savings bank account and have a sufficient fund, you can utilize your debit card. Unlike a credit card which gives unlimited money from its a bank account, that is using the debit cards and limited time period. Less safety. Most financial institutions will try and protect their customers from credit card fraud. So the safety is less. Anyone who has the debit card and PIN number can access the money. Any person or hijackers can easily technically attack or collect the PIN. There is no high security for the debit card, since any user can use it instead of the account holder. If someone gets debit card and PIN, even the family members can stolen the fund from the debit card account. User can lose all the money in the account, and it will be much difficult to get it back. Even the children can misutilize the parents' debit card by using their debit card for playing the games or fund for their shopping. So the customers might make more attention for using their debit card, because it is easily can make the transaction or withdraw the fund. The last and but one, the demerit, that is extra fees, is to be charged by the issuing bank. Debit card can be accessed without any fee only, that is specified bank ATM. If we use the ATM cards which is of another bank, that is for example, if we have an account with the State Bank and the ATM card is of the State Bank, if we use withdraw for the from an ATM card of Federal Bank or the Dhanlakshmi Bank or any South Indian Bank, by using the debit card of State Bank of India, at that time the State Bank of India will charge a certain sum of bank charges, because what is the reason? We use the ATM card of another bank like the Federal Bank, Dhanlakshmi Bank or the South Indian Bank. We does not use the ATM machine of State Bank. That is an important disadvantage of the debit card. The issuing bank encourage to use the ATM card of that particular specified bank. So if you use another bank's ATM, will cost additional fee and it increase for each transaction. Since the respective bank ATM cannot be available everywhere, that is also an important disadvantage. This can be huge disadvantage for the user. If everywhere we does not easily access the ATM card of that particular specified bank, at that time we must approach another bank's ATMs. But if we approach another bank's ATM, the issuing bank must charge a certain sum of money as bank charges, because they discourage the customer holder or the account holder to utilize another bank's ATM. So at that time the issuing bank must charge a bank charges, that is means extra fees. So these are the demerits of the payment by using the debit card. What are they? No grace period, limited money access, less safety, extra fees. So, I summarize or wind up my today's class. I already discussed 4th and 5th online payment system, that is the credit card and debit card. Debit card and credit card is same plastic card. Only difference is the issuing bank of the credit card give an advance money to the account holder, but in the case of the debit card, the issuing bank does not give an advanced money or the loan to the account holder. That is only the difference between credit card and the debit card. Because of the same reason, they have many merits and demerits to the account holder and of the debit card and the credit card. So, the debit card and the credit card holders have many merits and many demerits. It is also discussed in detail in today's class. So, I wind up my class after discussing the merits and demerits of debit card and credit card. I think all students can follow. Okay, thank you.